Problem number 9, word problem once again. Systems of equations. We have Diane spent $200 on shirts. Fancy shirts cost 13 and plain shirts cost 15. Remember, we're looking for the two items. So in this case, we found our two items. Fancy shirts are costing 13. Plain shirts will cost 15. And the first equation will deal with money, the amount of money that we are spending. We have fancy shirts at 13, so you can pay $13 for every fancy shirt. Plain shirts at 15, so plus $15 for every plain shirt. And how much money are you spending total? 200. The second equation will deal with the number of items that you buy. So in this case, you bought 14 shirts. So it'll be F plus P is equal to 14. Now we need to solve. It says, how many fancy shirts? So we're looking for the number of fancy shirts. If we're looking for fancy, we're going to cancel the P, so we get our answer right away. If you cancel the F's, it's fine. You just have to make sure you substitute it back in to find the value of F. So if you cancel the F's, you're going to get the value of P, and you just want to make sure that you plug it back in. In this case, we want to cancel the P's. So I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by negative 15. I'm going to do it by combination. Now, if you want to use substitution, you can. You'll get the same answer. That gives me 13F plus 15P is equal to 200. First equation stays the same. The bottom one, negative 15F, negative 15P. 15 times 14, just multiply on the side. When you multiply on the side, just be careful. We have 4 times 5 is 20, carry 2. 4 times 1 is 4, and 2 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1. 0, 11. So it'll be negative 210. The p's will cancel just like we wanted them to. That gives me negative 2f is equal to negative 10. Divide by negative 2, f is equal to 5. So we have a total of 5 fancy shirts. Be careful, if you get the value of P, make sure to plug it back in to find the value of F. Number 10, it says, the equation of the line L is 2x plus 6y is equal to 5. The equation of the line Q is 2x plus 2y is equal to 5. Which statement about the two lines is true? So we're looking for a true statement. Let's start with the first option. The lines are parallel. So how can I find out if the lines are parallel? To find out if the lines are parallel, we need to compare their slope. So we need to place in slope-intercept form so we can compare the slope. And to place in slope-intercept form is very quick. Move it to the other side and then just divide by 6. On the first one, on line L, we have 6y is equal to negative 2x is equal to 5 or plus 5. Then I'm going to divide by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6. That cancels. This is my slope. I'm going to do the same thing with the other equation. Move the 2x to the right hand side to place in slope-intercept form. 2y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. That cancels. This is my slope. Are the slopes the same? No. Now, since we already have the slope, we can determine if, so they're not parallel. If they're perpendicular, that means that the slope is the opposite. One of them is negative, the other one is positive, and the reciprocal. So now they're both are negatives, and they're not the reciprocal. This one will have to be 6 over 2. Positive 6 over 2 for them to be perpendicular. So no. Do they have the same x-intercept? To find the x-intercept, I need to let y equal to 0. So let's do that on the first one. So x plus 6, y is equal to 5. But instead of that, y will be 0. That cancels out. So I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides, and that'll be my x-intercept. 5, 2, comma 0. To find my my x-intercept for the other equation, let's do the same thing. I'm going to let y equal to 0. So that gives me 2x plus 2y is equal to 5. Divide by 2, divide by 2, that cancels. Are the x-intercepts the same? Yes. To find the y-intercept, we can let x equal to 0 and do the same thing. But in this case, we find out that the x-intercepts are 0. Are the same. So in this case, x is equal to 5 over 2. In this case, x is equal to 5 over 2. So they both have the same x-intercept. Let's continue with problem number 11. It says, which point lies in the solution set for the system? Now we can graph it, but the y-intercept is going to be a fraction. Since they give us a solution, we can just plug it in to determine which of those points will fit into both inequalities. And it's very important that you organize your work. So let's try letter A here. It's a quick process. We're going to plug in the value of x and the value of y into each one. So it'll be negative 7x plus 4y is greater than negative 5. So instead of the x will give me a 9, instead of the y will give me a 6. Negative 63 plus 24, is that greater than negative 5? That gives me negative 39 is greater than negative 5? No. It has to give you true on both. Let's try letter B. Let's do it over here on the right hand side. That gives me negative 7x plus 4y is greater than negative 5. Instead of the x, I'm going to plug in a negative 8. Instead of the y, I'm going to plug in a 4. Is 56 plus 16 is greater than negative 5? That's going to be a yes. Let's try the second equation. So we have to plug into both. The fact that it works on the first one doesn't mean that it's true for the second one. Negative 3x plus 7y is greater than negative 5. Instead of the x, I'm going to plug in a negative 8. Instead of the y, I'm going to plug in a 4. 24 plus 28 is greater than negative 5. This should be less than negative 6. And that's a negative 6. Less than negative 6 is 52 less than negative 6? No. It's greater than. And just be careful when you plug it in. Letter C. I'm going to plug in here. So I have negative 7x plus 4y is greater than negative 5. I'm going to plug in a 5, and I'll plug in a negative 9. So negative 35 minus 36 is greater than negative 5. Is negative 71 greater than negative 5? No. Is the alligator in the bigger number? No. Letter D. I have negative 7 times x plus 4y is greater than negative 5. Instead of the x, I'm going to plug in a negative 7. Instead of the y, I'm going to plug in a negative 6. So it's 49 minus 24 greater than negative 5? Yes. Let's try the next one. We have negative 3 x plus 7 y is less than negative 6. Instead of the x will be a negative 7. Instead of the y will be a negative 6. Is 21 minus 42 less than negative 6? Is negative 21 less than negative 6? Yes. So letter D works for both. And remember that you need to show me the work for both inequalities. Problem number 12. What is the solution for the following system of equations? You can do the same thing if you want. You can plug in the x and the y into each one of them to see gives you a true value for both. In this case, I'm just going to solve it. I'm going to do it by combination. If you notice, the first equation is on standard form, but the second equation is not. I'm going to move the 2x to the left. You can see negative. Negative ax minus 4y is equal to 4. Negative 2x plus 2y is equal to negative 8. I want to cancel the x's or the y's. So in this case, I'm going to cancel the y's by multiplying the bottom one by 2. So the first one stays the same, negative 8x minus 4y is equal to 4. The second one multiplied by 2, so negative 4x plus 4y is equal to negative 16. That cancels, so it gives me negative 12x is equal to negative 12, x is equal to 1. The x value is 1, so the answer is 8. Now if you want to plug it in, like we did here, you're more than welcome to do so as well. Problem number 13. Which of the following graphs is narrower? We need to find a graph that's narrow. Now remember, what makes a graph wider or narrow? You remember? Correct, the slope. So we don't care about the location of the graph. The h and the k will tell us where the graph is located. We're only concerned whether it's wider or narrow. So I'm going to just make a quick graph here, just like we've done before. Your y-axis, your x-axis, and let's do, how many do we need? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rotate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rotate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rotate it. Now we are going to use this, or you can use the one on the side if you want. But let me just use this one for now. Let's see. It's 5 over 3, so I'm going to assume that the slope is 0, 0. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 3. And over to the other side 3. So therefore we have, this is the one that we're comparing it to. We want to be able to find one that's narrower. The next one is negative 3 over 7. We don't want to place it down because it's going to be hard to compare. We're just going to place it up. Up 3, to the right 2, 4, 6, 7. And to the left 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. So if you notice, this one is wider. So that's not A. Let's try up 7 and to the right 2. 2, 4. It's negative as well. We don't want to place it down because it'll be hard to compare. We're just going to assume that's positive. 2, 4, 6, 7. And to the right 2. And to the left 2. So this one is narrow. So we found an answer, which is letter B.